Welcome to our South German holiday apartment.
In German, a holiday apartment is called a Ferienwohnung. Ferienwohnungen are vacation rental apartments that are fully furnished and often in desirable travel destinations. You know, like old-school Airbnbs. This one is a small family-run property located in the foothills of the German Alps. We are in a small town called Pfronten, and as you can see, the mountains start right there.
Alright, so we're directly in the living area. This is a very open concept, and these holiday apartments are very common in the south of Germany, big vacation location. And right here, this is a fairly new one. It is very log-style cabin, very wood-based, but you see that in a second. I think we have like a 2.5, 3-ish bedroom apartment here. And we're gonna start here at the entrance area. You come into the apartment through this door and we have a little closet here. There's no real entrance room or a Flur that a lot of German apartments have, but this one does not have that. You're right in the living room basically, but we have a little area to put our shoes or hiking gear because we're in the mountains. People are active out here, outdoor active, and the jacket's over here. And immediately you're greeted with this wood style. They have all these wooden beams everywhere in the apartments. So you can tell this is actual real wood because it has all these little cracks and holes in it, but it feels very solid. And above it, you can see the theme of this apartment. It is deer or elk or moose. I think deer themed, and you will see a lot of that throughout this tour. And then some other wooden, I don't know if that's bark or anything. Anyway, let's get into the living room right here. And as you can see, it's this open concept. Living room overall is fairly simple. One highlight right here in the back. You see the animal of the house. This is the big deer. It's nicely lit up and a wooden frame. Everything is very natural. We have the little seating area here, 2 couches. They are very standard modern couches. There's one chair over in that side. But here one thing that's pretty cool is this couch table. This is just a big slice of a huge tree. And I think nowadays these are very high in demand. More and more people want these really nature things. And you can see the cracks in there and all the rings, and it's overall very cool.
Also in the Alps here, you notice a lot of fur. There's a lot of fur for sale and you'll see a lot. Yeah. So it looks really nature-esque.
Yeah, a little more antler stuff. Yeah, a little bit more decoration up there. This is pretty cool. Also on this side, we have a little step, and then we have another cabinet fully made out of wood, another deer, another slice of slightly smaller tree over here. And then again, I think they really like their deer, or that is the theme of this apartment. We have proper antlers there from a real one on a furry wall. Very nice, very nice. And then a TV, which we don't really use. And then if we move around here into this direction, we get the big eating table that leads to the kitchen area. This is very open concept, as you can see. I really like the table. I think a big table is so good, and you have space for like 6 to maybe 7 people with one on the head. Again, another table completely made out of wood. And this whole apartment, I think, is a extension of an existing house, and it's made out of wood as well. And it feels kind of nice and very vacation-y to me. So let's go into the kitchen right here. We have this nice little radio here. I don't know if this is still a thing that people use a lot, but we have it. And the kitchen is very modern. We assume this is less than 5 years old, so very modern everything. Everything is super clean. We have a proper stove here. It comes with a dishwasher. We have some utensils in the bottom. We have a proper oven in here. And then a quick peek into our fridge. We're just here for a couple of days, but we bought a whole household. That's what you do as a German when you go to a Ferienwohnung compared to a hotel. Because in hotels, you obviously get breakfast and stuff. In a Ferienwohnung, in a vacation apartment, it is way more common to cook for yourself. And that's why we have a lot of stuff, and we have a full kitchen, and we already used it like once or twice. Over here, we have a proper coffee machine. They even gave us a milk foamer, that's the word, toast, kettle, and a little bit of storage. What I really like too is that, again, wooden walls, slanted, because we're in the top floor, like 2nd floor of this apartment, but they have these LED lights, these long strips.
In the strips.
Yeah, all over the apartment, built into the ceilings, and I like that a lot, so that's quite nice. So yeah, kitchen, very functional, and I like how open it is. Good thing.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the bedroom, starting with the largest, then moving on to the smallest. And this is the one Phil and I are staying in. Here it is, welcome. As you can tell, we've spent a few nights in here already, but what I love about Germany is you get 2 mattresses and 2 blankets automatically in a bedroom. You don't have to ask for a blanket. Like if we just go one country over, sometimes we have to ask for a second blanket. So that's very nice. As you can see, a lot of wood everywhere too. This is like a wooden armoire, and this is very common in Germany, especially a lot of older houses. Like Phil's family has this. Even my parents have something like this. And it's just like this old lock one. You can hang things up. It smells like wood inside of it. It's quite nice. We just have laptops and stuff in there. But we do have a little closet nook here. Here's like a nice little closet they made. It's pretty open, but we shoved everything in here. As you can see, our clothes and stuff. Moving on to these windows with the epic view. I don't know if you can see with the camera right now, but we can open the nice German Fenster and see it all. And we have a nice shot of the mountains. We often, in the evenings, hike all the way up there, and it's a really cool view.
Also fire station,
yeah,
fully made out of wood.
It's a very quaint and nice view. There's still the German rollers, so you can make it darker.
Electric, modern meets old, basically.
So we have the bed here. This would be the equivalent of like a king size bed. They have nice little electric outlets for each person, plus these little night lights, which I think is such a nice detail. Also, these are very iconic of the Alps, little metal things that go into like gardens or decoration. A nice wooden side table. We have a new fox Alp baby we got in Füssen. So he's the part of the crew, and it's quite cozy. All right, moving on to the next bedroom, slightly smaller, but we'll go in here. And it's one of these slanted walls. Because we are on the highest floor, just like the second floor, it has a slanted ceiling in some parts. But again, a king size bed, 2 mattresses, 2 blankets, nice wooden side tables as well. And the detail I like about this is there's still these little lights built in. How nice is that? Into the ceiling here. I feel like it's a very well thought out Ferienwohnung. There isn't a
furry pillow,
and there's a small little closet to hang up your like luggage and clothes and stuff. It's good genug, right, for a sleeping place because you're spending most of the time outside. Also, you can't forget the theme, the continued theme. I love it.
Whole family, very cute.
On to the next room. This one is a questionable bedroom, but it works especially for a holiday. So we have this smaller size door frame here, but you open it up and here's the Kinderzimmer, the kids' room with bunk beds. So you have 2 bunks here. Surprisingly, it also has the roller though, which is pretty cool, I think. So you can have like a full blackout in here as well. And it's very tight. I think at one point this was like a closet or something that they made into a bedroom because of this tourist destination, but it works, right? It's kind of perfect. You just need to sleep here. We're hiking most of the days.
Definitely. And the funny detail here is these bunk beds are not full length. They're only 1.70 meters long. So we put on there how much that is in feet or inches.
That's shorter than me. 170 centimeters is like here.
Yeah, it's for children, definitely, or smaller people. I just noticed in a little bunk room, there's no deer theme. They're slacking in this room. What's going on?
So the good thing about this apartment, it sleeps up to 6 people, as you saw with the bedrooms, and they have 2 separate bathrooms. So a separate toilet room and then a separate shower room, which I have learned to love, especially with a lot of people. So here is the toilet room, the water closet. It's simple, right? You just have the toilet.
Demonstrate, please.
You have the toilet here, and then you have the sink, and that's all you need. I really do like this stone soap dispenser. And then you have this to air it out, you know, when it gets a little stanky in here.
Oh.
So get some fresh Luften. That's the Germans' favorite thing to do. But I'll let Phil show you the shower room.
All right, let's follow me into the master bathroom, basically the only one for the apartment. And the first thing you're greeted with is this guy. How cool is that? Like you're full on, like a white deer or something. Intense. And I like this bathroom a lot too because it is again very cabin style. Look at those huge beams. It is slanted as well, which I don't mind, but they fitted 2 sinks in here. Big mirror right over here. Yeah, and check out this space just around here, hip height, all built from real wooden parts, and it looks so much like handmade work. I really like that.
It looks so good.
And then over here, they basically built this little cabin as a shower room. We have a modern shower in here, but everything feels very cabin, and you're in the woods and in the south in the mountains, very mountainous, I don't know. And again, they have the LED lights, the strip fully in here. Also over here, this looks like a little ladder, but I think they made it just to put the towels up, a couple of hangers. Nothing of this is machine made, factory made. Everything is crooked and uneven like real nature is, and it kind of gives it an extra piece of charm. And then if you're too small to reach this window, there's a little rope on it and some antlers to grab to close it or open it up. Forgot to mention, I think the entire apartment has no heaters around because the entire floor is floor heated. So that's how you warm it up. So this is the floor heating for each room. Goes from cold all the way to 6 on and off, and each room has a separate one. So very good. Okay, and the last part here we're going to show you is the balcony, but there's also a big outdoor area, almost like a wellness area or wellness oasis.
This family-run property has multiple apartments and offers a wellness area as well. There is a swimming pool, an outdoor lounge area, and even a sauna hut. Unfortunately, it was too early in the season to use the pool, and there's currently a playground, but after talking with the owner, it sounds like they want to extend and build more apartments and rooms in the future. The building we are currently staying in was once a barn that they have done a beautiful job of renovating as Ferienwohnungen.
But here's the terrace, the balcony, directly from the living area. It's basically very simple. They made the floor from these like wooden planks. We have a table that sits 6 chairs out here, but obviously the big selling point for a balcony here is the view that you get. First of all, you have the little village hills around here. There's even a little ski slope. This is this is not like a ski town or anything, but a lot of small villages that have like steep hills, they have little ski areas, and that hill there, the green one in the back, there's one lift. You go up in the winter, you can ski here. Very cool to have. And if you come over here and look into that direction, little church tower, and then in the back you see the higher mountain startings. I don't know, it feels so fresh here. Everything feels clean and fresh, like the area, the air. It's very connected to nature, and it feels very calm and relaxing.
This is an amazing view to wake up to in the morning. It's absolutely beautiful.
We're currently at an altitude of about 3,100 feet, so about like 900 or 1,000 meters. So it's already a little bit up. And then of course the mountains start from here. We're very much at the foothills of the Alps.
Before we talk about how much we paid for this apartment per night, we wanted to remind you to like the video and subscribe to our channel for future videos. If you want to further support us, you can do that at patreon.com/GNNPhil, where we post additional monthly videos for certain tiers. A big thank you to our family tier patrons: Ethan Mitchell, Heather Kuffner, Hessen Metro, Tarek Malkosh, Ushi Izard, Lee Lim, Jessica Saranzak, Debbie and Ray Gordon, Jamie DeVries, and Yao Nupe. A big thank you to you guys, and I'm sorry for any pronunciation issues. Thank you.
All right, so that was the apartment tour of this like typical South German vacation apartment. And if you look around in the village, there are so many of these here that are very similar. And I think it's very common. This one is on the more modern or newer side, and I really like it.
I like this a lot. I love the wood. I love coming out here in the morning, having a coffee and seeing the mountains, the Alps, and there's still a bit of snow at the top, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so I think this one was around a little bit under 300 euros per night, so maybe a little bit above $300 per night. And if you do that with like 5-6 people, then I think it comes out to an okay deal.
Yeah, especially with the kitchen and stuff. Normally, Phil and I are just staying in a hotel alone, and we have to eat out every meal, so it's kind of nice to be able to grab some Brötchen from the local bakery, or I should say Semmel, because we're in the south, grab some Semmel and eat breakfast here.
Yeah, that's true. And also, this is the real first time for Diana to be here at the Alps, and for me it's been a while. It is a very different vibe than the rest of Germany, so it's very nice to see that. And if you want to see more of that, her first time here in the area, then check out the other videos on our channel.
Yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Another, God bless, another Verdauungsspaziergang. And look, you can see the Zugspitze da.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that pointy one.
That little pointy. How cool.